Good morning, dear students of class 12. Welcome to this English online learning class. Today we are going to continue further with the lesson, The Rat Trap Part 5. Till now we have taken up this chapter, Rat Trap by Selma Lagerlöf, a Swedish writer, and her stories is mostly set amidst the mines of Sweden, which is rich in iron ore. And the story is somewhat told in the manner of a fairy tale. The theme of the story is that understanding and love can change a bad person into a good person. In the story, we did that the main protagonist of the story is a peddler, a man who went selling rat traps that he made from wires that he had begged or stolen. Once he struck a philosophical thought, the world being a big rat trap, and which gave him a lot of sadistic pleasure. During one day, when he was going from place to place selling rat traps, he decided to take shelter, uh, not expecting one, but then when he knocked at the door, a crofter opened the door and quite surprisingly, he was not expecting this man to offer him shelter. Crofter let him stay in the house and not only gave him shelter, but also the crofter uh, acted as a perfect host, and he was treated as a guest with lot of respect. The crofter not only shared his porridge with him, played a game of majolis, and shared his tobacco, but also shared his secrets as to where he had saved his 30 kroners. He exactly showed him the place where he had saved his 30 kroners. Now, the next day, when the crofter left for his work and the peddler uh, took permission and left the house, he returned back and he stole the 30 kroners. He betrayed the trust of that the crofter had uh, posed upon him. And uh, initially, the peddler felt very happy at his smartness. But later on, when he lost his way in the forest, he realized his mistake, that he had himself fallen into the rat trap. Uh, then, uh, when he was at the point of extreme exhaustion and about to collapse, he heard the hammer strokes coming from a nearby iron mill. He proceeded in that direction, and fortunately, he took shelter in the mill, in the factory. But then, when um, the owner of the factory, the iron master, who had come there on his nightly rounds, he saw the peddler and he mistook this peddler to be his old friend Niels Olof. Now, this time, the peddler cleverly tried to handle the situation by keeping quiet and accepting quietly that he is his long lost acquaintance, Niels Olof. He neither accepted nor denied, hoping he would get some money in the form of charity. But the Iron Master went a step further, urging him to come to his house, which the peddler very cleverly declined, as he thought that he would be falling into another rat trap. But then the Iron Master was a kind of person who would not take no, and so he sent his daughter Edla. Now, his daughter had better powers of persuasion. At the same time, Edla was intelligent enough. She could sense that this man doesn't look like her father's old acquaintance by seeing his mannerisms and reading his body language. It appeared to her that this man has either done some wrong thing and he is escaping from police. But she did not put any sort of condition on the peddler and requested him very genuinely to come to their house for the Christmas Eve. Now, the genuineness with which Edla had invited the peddler could not refuse. And finally, peddler accepted her invitation. Now, peddler went to the ironmaster's house, and the next morning, when he presented himself before the ironmaster was for the first time seeing him well groomed, as he had ordered his valets to clean the peddler, and he was wearing the suit or the old suit of the ironmaster. So seeing him in broad daylight, because the previous day he had seen the peddler in the light of the furnace, he could clearly make out that this man was not his friend Niels Olof. And then he got very angry. And he said that I am going to hand you over to the sheriff because you have cheated us. Here, the peddler tried to make the ironmaster understand that he had not come on his own. He was asked by the ironmaster to come to his house. And at the same time, he said that today I have fallen into a rat trap, but maybe you will fall into a rat trap some day. And he also tried to impress upon the ironmaster that no harm has been done. I can take leave and I can change into my rags, my old clothes. Now, the ironmaster was amused by the justification given by the peddler. And he said, fine, I would not bother the sheriff to come as he would have his personal engagements on a Christmas Eve. But you better get out from here. So as the peddler was about to leave, Edla intervened. And she tried to convince her father that they should not let the peddler go. The points that she raised in favor were very strong. She felt that, first of all, they have invited the peddler. He had not come on his own. And at the same time, a person like him, he needs at least a day of peace and a respectable treatment as it was Christmas time. All this made the ironmaster go back on his decision. And he ended by saying that you do preach worse than a parson in the church. You are preaching even worse than a priest in a church. And at the same time, he tried to warn his daughter by saying, whatever decision we have taken, I hope we don't have to regret this. Finally, Edla had persuaded her father to allow the peddler to celebrate Christmas with them and not to let him go. Now, we'll continue with this lesson further today. The young girl took the stranger by hand and led him up to the table. Now sit down and eat, she said, for she could see that her father had given in. The man with the rat traps said not a word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. Time after time, he looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. Why had she done it? What could be the crazy idea? So he was not able to understand what made Edla let him stay in the house. After that, Christmas Eve at Ramjo's passed just as it always had. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he had nothing but sleep. He did nothing but sleep. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. At noon they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare, but after that he slept again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramjo's. So he was sleeping and eating most of the time. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that, he disappeared again. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. So he was treated like a perfect guest with full honor. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. And when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that the suit which he wore was to be the Christmas present. He did not have to return it. And if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. So an assurance was given by the daughter that he could keep the suit to himself as it was a Christmas present, and at the same time, if he would wanted to come again for the next year's Christmas Eve, he is most welcome. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. He was surprised what the what Edla was saying. The next morning, the ironmaster and his daughter got up in good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. So early morning they left for the Christmas service. When at about 10 o'clock they drove back from the church, the girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. She was very sorry. At church she had learned that one of the old profters of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. Yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by the time. So even the father was saying that we did a wrong decision by letting him stay, and now I fear our expensive things would be stolen. The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the ironmaster asked the valet whether the stranger was still there. He added that he had learnt at church that the man was a thief. The valet answered that the fellow had gone and he had not taken with him anything at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Williamson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. So he had not taken anything, the wallet said. Rather, he had left a package for Miss Williamson Edla. The young girl opened the package, which was not done up that the contents came into view. It was not wrapped up properly. As she took it, it opened up. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap. In it lay three wrinkled 10 kroner notes. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large jagged characters. So she had he had given her a small rat trap as a gift and returned the three 10 kroners, which were wrinkled, crushed, and there was a note which was not written very neatly. Honored and noble Miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return as if I was a real captain, for I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for poor wanderers. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to the captain, because in that way he got flour to clear himself. So this note said that she should return the money to the crafter, and the rat trap was a gift, and he thanked her that because of her treatment he had been raised to a level of a captain. Means because of her treatment he of understanding and love, he has transformed and changed himself. Thank you, and pose your doubts in your WhatsApp.